Do not pull down on the safety bar, please. I will lower it for you.
One thing about Phineas and Ferb that I've always admired is that the crew has never been afraid to get weird. Whether it's the giant floating baby head in Klimpaloon, or random character details that come back from time to time. And there's plenty of cases where a throwaway gag will end up becoming a runner and eventually get its own episode. One really silly and weird episode involving body transformations was the season 3 episode Dofapus. And if you're wondering, yes, that's the episode that the Schaefer-Ellis meme of Doof is a platypus came from. The Phineas and Ferb plot in that episode is that they want to make exotic smoothies, and instead of just building a giant blender, they build a machine that can liquefy solid matter. Candace messes with this machine and ends up turning into a smoothie.
That is so cool! What does it feel like?
It feels like you're in big trouble!
Ferb, we're gonna need some sponges in a bucket.
Hey, if I had a nickel...
See? The sun has absolutely no effect on you. Ferb, we're gonna need a dustpan and some glue.
They try to put her in a bucket and then reverse the polarity, but just doing that in a bucket doesn't really work.
This does not feel like the reverse of being a bucket of water.
So it would seem.
I don't know. I kind of like her like that. She looks like canned berry sauce.
We gotta get her back into the right shape before we solidify her. We're gonna need to adjust the contouring. Canberry sauce.
Oh, I love that little moment. That's so good. So they need a life-size mold of her. And instead of just having Phineas and Ferb make a mold of Candace, the writers decided to have Buford offer up that he has a life-size mold of Candace. Why does he have this?
Tell me again, why you have a life-size mold of Candace?
I got life-size molds of all my friends.
I'm not so sure how I feel about that.
It's never explained why he did this, but even Linda knows about it apparently.
Buford's got molds of all of us, Candace.
This is a funny non sequitur that never really gets brought up again, until season 5, where they decide to go all in on it as its own mini story arc. In the Candace suit, Candace is once again fretting about how she can never bust her brothers, wishing that she could trick the mysterious force into thinking that her mom is actually her.
If I get Mom to dress up as me, then the mysterious force will be fooled into letting what the boys build stay! That's it! All I need is some kind of Candace suit!
I'm gonna hate myself for suggesting this, but didn't Buford make a full-size mold of you once?
Yes! Made me a Buford!
And I hate myself.
And Buford not only does, but he's been making rubber suits of everyone in Danville. And he seems to be weirdly attached to them? Why is he doing this? We still don't know. And honestly, some things are better left unanswered.
I know too much. The only way out is through.
This episode isn't even a horror or Halloween episode, but we still get some really unsettling imagery, both with the suits that don't have anything in them, and when they are actually being worn by the various characters. I like it when Candace tries to apply as much logic and reasoning as possible to her conundrum. She's basically using the scientific method here. Her hypothesis is that the mysterious force recognizes her mom, so she puts Buford in a Linda suit, and then a Candace suit on top of that.
You're putting a Candace suit over the mom suit.
Yes, this will recreate how Mom will be in a Candace suit. To fool the mysterious force, keep up, Stacy!
I've always thought of myself as layered.
Man, he's gotta be roasting in that thing. I also love how Phineas, Ferb, and Isabella are weirded out by the multiple Candace suits, but then Ferb says,
"We're putting them on, aren't we?"
Duh.
They immediately start playfully mocking her,
I'm obsessed with Ducky Momo, and I'm 16 years old.
and Buford has a whole song montage where he's going around doing stuff as Candace and really enjoying it. He even has a date with Jeremy.
No flirting with employees. Is it that big of a problem?
One chili dog, and your shirt color really suits your eyes.
You've already been warned, Buford.
Buford is a bisexual icon. Anyways, part of the joke is that to most people, the Candace suits make you look identical to Candace. Which is a terrifying notion considering the fact that Buford has an army of these rubber suits. Buford is like Kid Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th with these things. He's way too good. Anyways, Candace's plan fails and they all take a horrifying selfie together. Oh, and Doofenshmirtz made an Nader to try and bring his leftovers back to life. And of course, it literally brought them to life. Take a wild guess what happens. And that brings us to Attack of the Candace suit. In this episode, Candace is complaining that her life is horrible.
No one in the world has it worse than me.
That's a bit of an exaggeration.
Oh, sorry, Stace. I completely forgot I was on the phone with you.
This was because Jeremy was 15 minutes late coming over, by the way. Honestly, sometimes it's hard to tell where the usual teenage drama queen part of her ends, and the more serious issues with anxiety begin. She shouldn't have any reason to fret about Jeremy forgetting about her. He's a good guy, and the two of them have been having a steady relationship for about a year at this point. Of course, the reason why he's late is because his manager at Slushy Dog forced him to work a double shift wearing a hot dog suit. The Candace suit, which I'll call Beatrice since that's what Buford calls her, attacks him, but he fights her off. She then attacks Doofenshmirtz and is successfully able to use him as a host. Fun fact, this is the first time Doofenshmirtz has been in a car with Linda since they dated back in the 80s. Because once again, he is not Phineas's biological father. Anyways, Jeremy jump scares Candace and tells her that something attacked him, and that it looks like her. And the animation here, along with probably David Rigo's voice acting, does a great job selling just how freaked out Jeremy is by the encounter.
I got away, but something is out there.
Candace leaves to go get Jeremy a blanket, and Beatrice comes around to the other side of the living room, pretending to be Candace. And again, Jeremy fully believes that it's Candace until the other Candace, the real Candace, comes back. And the two of them begin fighting. And yet he still can't tell which is which.
Why, you... Help me, Jeremy!
Wait, help? Who? Which one is which?
Are you kidding me?
Jeremy frantically asks the backyard gang for help.
2 Candaces. Only one is real. You gotta help me.
Did you try kissing both of them? What? That's what I'd do. Heck, I'll do it right now.
Seriously, he's so bisexual.
There must be some indisputable way to determine which is the real.
Phineas Ferb, you did this with some kind of... I don't know, and I don't care. You two are so busted.
That's her.
Thankfully, Beatrice slips on the banana peels that were still outside from earlier. Doofenshmirtz gets spit out and promptly leaves the episode.
I am out of here.
Beatrice then tries to take Isabella, and Phineas just kind of stands there and scolds her.
Hey, get off her!
Stop that!
Hey, not Isabella!
It's an abomination.
Hey,
Like, Phineas, your girl is in danger! Do something! Yeah, my fellow Phineas and Isabella shippers were saying that Phineas should have reacted more strongly, and I agree. Thankfully, Candace pulls the suit off of her, and she runs away, and the kids give chase. We get a really cool song called All Skin No Bone, but during it, I'm left wondering how Danville is just completely empty like this at night. I mean, they're worried about Beatrice taking over someone else, but there is no one else outside right now. Candace eventually corners Beatrice, and the two of them have another fight, and seriously, all of the fight animation is so well done. The twist here is fairly obvious, but they still do a good job of playing it out. Buford asks if Beatrice is still alive, and Candace shakes her head no. Of course, she's actually been taken over by Beatrice.
a perfect fit.
Beatrice tries to live Candace's life the next day, and nobody notices anything is wrong until she tells Jeremy she's going to go help the boys, which tips him off that it's her. Thankfully, Phineas and Ferb had built a giant banana peeler before, which came in very handy here. Baljeet is all set to melt her, but Buford comes to her defense.
What is it saying?
It's okay. I can speak a little Candace suit. I'll do my best to translate.
Buford explains that the Candace suit tried filling herself with a raccoon and garbage, but nothing really worked until she tried using a human host and pretended to be Candace. After all, she just wanted a good life, and Candace has a very good life. Candace apologizes for taking her life for granted.
She's right. I've been taking my life for granted.
So she learned to appreciate her life more through the power of a traumatic experience. Wow, maybe Jigsaw was right. I'm just kidding, he definitely wasn't. He's an asshole. Anyways, they need to find a place for Beatrice to go where she can't hurt anyone.
She's empty and all alone in this world, right? Well, I know someone else who's empty and all alone.
Which leads to a perfect culmination of this episode's fucking weirdness, when they bring the Candace suit to be with Klimpaloon, the magical old-timey bathing suit that lives in the Himalayas.
I've never felt
world so soon.
Oh, and they have this really weird end credits gag, which this was the first segment of the episode, by the way. There's a whole other episode after this, where they reused the scenes of the Candace suit and Jeremy with the instrumental to what might have been from Act Your Age? I'm sorry, what? This whole story arc is just completely insane. It's quite possibly the weirdest thing they've ever done on this show, which is saying something. And I actually wasn't a big fan of Attack of the Candace suit the first time I watched it, but after watching it again for this video, it's really grown on me. It's obviously meant to be an homage to really schlocky creature feature horror movies with rubber suit monsters, and I think it does a great job with that. I think there's also something to be said about the Candace suit, or Beatrice, being misunderstood and just wanting to live a good life, but being judged entirely because of circumstances outside of her control. This is a classic Frankenstein's monster character motivation that will easily resonate with anyone who's ever felt like an outsider, whether that's someone in the LGBTQ community and or someone who's autistic, such as myself. I actually think that the autism metaphor is especially apt, as Beatrice is brought into a world that automatically doesn't understand her, and she tries to do what she can to mask the fact that she's not human. And it's possible to put up a strong facade, but it takes an enormous amount of effort. It's hard living in a world that's not designed for you, a world where not many people would even try to advocate for you, and even fewer truly understand you. And that's why those connections to those who do truly understand you are so important. As you can imagine, this year has been a rough one for me as someone who's autistic and has a lot of loved ones who are also autistic and a part of the LGBTQ community. But what's kept me going is the people I love. My family, my friends, and of course, all of you who enjoy listening to me talk about cartoons and the way that they can genuinely impact people's lives. I'll never stop fighting for a kinder and more empathetic world. And I hope all of you feel encouraged to do the same. And hey, what's Halloween but a chance to walk a mile in someone else's shoes? Or rubber suit, I guess? Maybe not. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this quick little Halloween video. For those of you who don't know, this month we started doing a Ghost and Molly McGee rewatch podcast called the Ghost Friends Podcast. It's available pretty much everywhere you get your podcasts. It's hosted by me, Agatha Vile, Charlotte Driftwood, and my friend Stern from Mollycord. Go check it out.